The lights of Wembley burned brighter than ever that night. Two English warriors, Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno, prepared to face each other not as friends, but as enemies born of the same soil. The nation was divided. This wasn't just a boxing match. It was a collision of legacies. Two lions, one crown. Frank Bruno, the fan-favorite powerhouse, entered the ring first. His walk was slow, steady, and filled with determination. Every muscle in his body looked carved from stone, every breath heavy with purpose. The crowd erupted in chants of "Bruno, Bruno," echoing like thunder through the arena. For years, Bruno had been Britain's beloved underdog, the fighter with heart, power, and pain behind his punches. Then came Lennox Lewis, tall, composed, eyes cold with focus. His silence spoke volumes. He didn't wave to the crowd. He didn't smile. He just stared at the ring like a man entering destiny. His goal wasn't just victory. It was domination. The stare-down was ice and fire. Bru glared with emotion, Lewis with calculation. Both men carried the weight of their nation's pride, one for the people, the other for the crown. The bell rang, and the crowd went silent. Bruno came out swinging like a storm unleashed. His punches were heavy, filled with emotion, like each one carried the weight of years of waiting. Lewis stayed calm, blocking, stepping back, reading, learning. Each jab from Lewis was a message. "You're powerful, but I'm smarter." The first round ended with both landing strong shots. Sweat already glistened, the tension unbearable. No words were needed. Everyone watching knew this wasn't just another fight. This was England's civil war inside the ropes. As the fighters went back to their corners, the air trembled. The crowd could sense it. Something historic was unfolding. Two lions had entered the ring, but only one would roar last. When the second round began, Frank Bruno exploded forward again, throwing bombs that echoed through Wembley. His gloves were hammers, his punches like thunder. He cornered Lewis, forcing him on the ropes. The crowd roared in pure madness. For a moment, it looked like Bruno's dream was coming true. But Lennox Lewis wasn't a man who panicked. His eyes never left Bruno's chest, reading each movement, waiting for the rhythm to break. His defense was surgical. His footwork smooth like water flowing around a rock. Where Bruno used emotion, Lewis used control. Midway through the round, Lewis fired a jab, crisp, fast, straight to Bruno's face. Then another. Then a right cross that snapped Bruno's head back. The crowd gasped. The rhythm had shifted. Lewis began to take command, but Bruno refused to back down. He charged again, landing a powerful right hook that shook Lewis's jaw. The crowd exploded. "Bruno's got him!" someone screamed. But Lewis simply smiled. A cold, knowing grin. Round 3 and 4 became wars of will. Bruno's raw power smashed against Lewis's calm calculation. Sweat flew with every exchange. Gloves collided like thunderbolts. Bruno's punches landed hard, but they began to slow. Lewis's precision only sharpened. Every jab from Lewis told a story. Every hook from Bruno screamed for redemption. By the 5th round, both men were marked by battle. Bruised, swollen, exhausted. Yet neither stepped back. In the corner, Bruno's trainer yelled, "You're ahead, Frank. Keep the pressure." Across the ring, Lewis's coach whispered, "Wait, he's fading." The chess game had begun. The beast was slowing down. As the bell rang again, both men glared at each other, sweat dripping, hearts pounding. They knew what was coming. This fight would not go the distance. Someone was about to fall. By round 6, the arena's energy was electric. Frank Bruno was still firing, still dangerous, but exhaustion had begun its silent attack. His arms felt heavier, his breathing rougher. Lennox Lewis saw it. He smelled it. He was the predator, and Bruno was starting to slow. Lewis jabbed, measured, then unleashed a perfect 1-2. Bruno's head snapped back, sweat flying like sparks under the lights. The crowd roared as Bruno tried to answer, but his punches lacked the same fire. The storm that began the night was turning into drizzle. Lewis pressed forward, cutting the distance, turning the ring smaller with every step. Bruno's corner screamed, "Move, Frank, move!" But his legs betrayed him. Lewis's timing was immaculate. Every punch landed with purpose, not wild, not emotional, but designed to break. Bruno tried to answer with a massive right hook, and for a second, it landed flush. Lewis staggered back. The arena exploded. Bruno raised his gloves in triumph, roaring. But that single moment of celebration cost him. Lewis recovered instantly. His eyes turned cold, predator mode. He came forward, jabbing again and again, trapping Bruno in the corner. Then came the right uppercut, brutal, lightning fast. Bruno's knees wobbled. Lewis didn't stop. He poured on the pressure. Jab, hook, cross. A perfect storm of precision. Bruno's face twisted in pain, his body fighting his mind to stay upright. The crowd was half in tears, half in awe. The warrior in Bruno refused to fall, even as his body screamed for mercy. Round 7 ended with Bruno staggering back to his corner. His coach shouted, "Frank, hold on. Just one clean shot, and you can turn it." But deep inside, everyone knew Lewis was in control. The next round would decide everything. Round 8. The crowd rose to its feet. They knew this was the endgame. Bruno stood tall, his face battered, but his spirit unbroken. Lennox Lewis, breathing slow, eyes locked on target, moved in with surgical precision. No words, no emotions. Just destiny. Lewis's jab landed again and again, snapping Bruno's head back. Bruno tried to counter, but his punches had lost their thunder. Each swing came slower, easier to read. Lewis circled him like a hunter, waiting for the final shot. Then came the moment. A sharp left jab blinded Bruno's vision, and out of nowhere, Lewis unleashed a monstrous right uppercut. It landed clean on Bruno's chin. The impact echoed like an explosion. Bruno froze for half a second, then collapsed. The crowd gasped as he hit the canvas hard. The referee rushed in, counting. Bruno tried to rise, his body trembling, but his legs refused. The warrior had fallen. "It's over," the announcer screamed. "Lennox Lewis wins by knockout." Lewis raised his gloves, not in wild celebration, but in respect. He looked down at Bruno, the man who shared his homeland, his pride, his struggle. There was no hate, only honor. Bruno sat on his stool, broken yet proud. The crowd stood, chanting his name. Even in defeat, he was their hero. Lewis, crowned the King of Britain, nodded once toward Bruno, because both knew what that night truly was. Not a fight between enemies, but a war between equals. Two lions had entered the jungle. Only one roared at the end.